Bringing together hungry kids and people with disabilities is Koka Kai, representing Invercargill City and Southland District. Please join me in welcoming them on the stage.
Kia ora, I'm Gary Tong, the Mayor of an awesome area of Southland. Sorry, I was just about to take that away from you, Brian.
And despite growing up with both the Cadogan brothers, I'm Darren Ludlow, Deputy Mayor of Invercargill City.
Picture an organisation that takes people who feel marginalised within their community.
And then imagine taking those same people and them suddenly finding a purpose and being engaged and feeling truly valued.
And also helping others who are facing their own difficulties.
That is what true community is about. And that is what the volunteers from Koha Kai are doing in our region.
Good afternoon. Koha Kai is an organisation who works with people who've been isolated and marginalised by disability. I'd like to talk to you about just one of our many volunteers. This lady has an intellectual disability which over the years has led her to believe that she was a liability to everybody who came into her life. Her activities were governed by social workers and support workers, by doctors and medication, and by family members who were overwhelmed with the level of responsibility that being connected to this lady meant for them. She spent most of her day, every day, knitting, sitting in her chair knitting, but she can't read, so she had no pattern. She just knitted squares, beautiful squares, perfect in symmetry. She also had no money, so she only had one ball of wool, which she knitted and then unpacked so she could knit it again. She was rejected or ignored by everybody who wasn't paid to participate in her life, and she had no self-confidence, joy, or satisfaction in anything that she did, until she became a volunteer. Our disabled whānau have always stood out in our community because they're different. They're reliant on paid workers and carers to get through their day. Government enables them to live independently with support from many different disability services. People who've been marginalised and isolated, living with the challenges of disability, are gaining their voices, and they're saying, we want to be valued by our communities, not indebted to them. We want to live healthy lives because we're tired of being the highest users of social and medical services. They said, we want to make new friends who don't have disabilities. We want to have our own money that we've earned, not that we've been given. We want people to see us as people, not as disabled people. We listened to their voices and together decided to change our lifestyles by cooking and eating better, attending to our health issues by learning about good nutrition. For those who couldn't afford to participate financially, they could earn their place by donating their time and effort for free. Our first volunteers came to us because they could see a way to help themselves through helping others. Koha means gifted, kai meaning food. We focused on food and gifted our time freely, volunteering for the betterment of our group and of our community. So we named ourselves Koha Kai. Koha Kai continues to be an organisation wholly run by volunteers, our trustees and decision makers who donate their time, offering guidance and direction, to our team leaders in gardens and kitchens, teaching skills which can be transferred into daily life, skills which will, in time, earn trainees qualifications leading to mainstream employment. Our trainees wear their uniforms with pride and eagerly learn how to cook wholesome and nutritious meals using vegetables grown in the gardens that we have established around our community. Our kitchens make good, nourishing, basic, wholesome meals, affordable meals which are eagerly purchased for just $2 by children in low decile schools. We eliminate waste from our lunches in schools program, using surplus food to add to other options, creating balanced and affordable meals for adults, supporting others in the wider community. The money we raise from the sale of food to our children and the sale of our community meals supports the costs of the lunches in schools program. We have a huge forward-thinking strategic plan that will make Koha Kai a sustainable social enterprise for the long term as we continue to develop and evolve. Koha Kai volunteers are supporting children of all socio-economic and ethnic backgrounds. We just see the children. Our volunteers are supporting elderly and disabled individuals in the wider community. They can relate to them and want to help stop the isolation experienced by so many. We feel honoured and know that our efforts are being valued by our wider community, and it inspires us to strive to achieve greater than we ever imagined for ourselves. Our trainees volunteer their time to support their community, and together they're contributing more than 400 hours each week through Koha Kai in order to enrich the lives of others. Koha Kai's work within the community is demonstrating in real terms the value of celebrating all abilities within our community. We encourage people to see the person and not the disability. Koha Kai's purpose is to empower people through removing barriers, allowing true integration. By volunteering, we learn skills to improve our own lives and contribute a valued service to our community. We encourage a life of purpose.
Through the work we do, we often have opportunities to interact with people in the most surprising and rewarding ways. I would like to read to you a letter that arrived in one of our school kitchens. Dear Koha Kai, my name is Shelby. I'm 10 years old and I'm writing to you, Koha Kai. We're very lucky to have you. You get such a good-sized meal for a gold coin donation. When I'm walking into the hall, I can smell the kai. It smells so delicious. And when I finally get to eat the kai, it tastes so scrumptious and good. I'm such a big fan of the meals that you guys and girls cook, and so are the other parents and children who can't afford school lunches or lunch packs, or they haven't got their paycheck, or they don't have a career. But I would like to say a huge thank you to the Koha Kai team who put time and effort into making these healthy meals for some Southland schools. You guys are just beyond amazing, and you do such a great job in the kitchen, and your meals have improved on how they used to be. Well done, Koha Kai team, from Shelby, room 5. P.S. Great job, team.
Remember the lady who felt that she was a liability? Since joining Koha Kai, she has learned skills that support her to have value in her own home and within her family. She has become a very important figure in the lives of many children in schools, and she now has a network of friends that she can socialise with. The volunteers who work daily with Koha Kai know a secret that many of you will have learned over the years. Contributing to our community in a meaningful way through volunteering is not just about doing good things for your community. Volunteering in any form helps us to understand that in helping others to find joy, relief, satisfaction, and practical assistance, all of it contributes to giving our lives value and purpose. Koha Kai is an organisation whose mission is to encourage a life of purpose. Thank you.